Are you looking for a podcast all about the zodiac?
Then you must be thinking of another podcast. Oh! Good evening, Kelsey.
Good evening, Robert.
How are you?
I'm shocked. How are you?
Shocked? Why?
Shocked and appalled. I learned a fact.
Okay.
And I don't think you're ready for it.
I might not be, if you're so
Okay.
shocked and appalled.
I just need to run this past you. So,
Okay.
what do you call a baby cat?
Kitten.
What do you call a baby dog?
Puppy.
What do you call a baby horse?
A foal.
Oh, fuck off.
What, do you not know that?
So, what's a pony?
A pony is a small horse. Like it's a like a mini horse.
Why do you know this?
Because I know horses.
Why? Is this because you're a brony? Is that why?
I don't think so.
I always thought,
That ponies were baby horses?
yeah, but they're not. It's like it's a
No,
horse
yeah.
under 14.2 hands, whatever. Who
Yeah.
looked at horses and was like, wait a minute, this horse is just a little small.
If you
It's just-
take 7 people and you put all their hands on top of each other and the horse is bigger than that, that's a horse. Is it horse
Anything
or
smaller.
7 hands?
God. I just don't, it upsets me and I don't like it. And
I
I
think
feel lied to.
I think because I've looked that up before, like what do you call baby versions of animals? And like I've just happened to have learned that. Like, you know, what's a baby cow then?
A calf, right?
Yeah. Okay. Man,
What's a baby donkey? Is there
don't know
a
any
term
weird
for baby
ones.
donkey? Are they also foals?
I don't
donkey.
think so. I think it's just a donkey.
Oh, baby donkeys are so cute.
Oh, baby donkey.
My goodness.
What do you call a baby donkey? It's a foal again. Okay.
Okay. So it's a baby male or female donkey. I thought a foal was the lady and a colt is a little boy.
I don't know about that.
What is a colt?
Because I think colt is like a breed. Like it's a look. Kind of like saying a brindle dog, you know?
So a colt is a young, uncastrated male horse. In particular, one less than 4 years old.
Okay.
So foal is
And
just
it
a young
says a
horse
colt-
or related animal.
Not to be confused with a foal. So
Okay. Won't get foaled again.
it was probably one of those like BuzzFeed things where it was like, what do you call baby versions of these animals? You know? And I was like, oh, what do you? You know? Plus, my uncle
what's a filly?
like raises horses. So
Oh, what?
Yeah. He like has horses, so I guess I just have also heard it from there too.
Okay.
And
Okay, so
I'm just a little bit more country than you, okay?
Okay. You're a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll.
Like I really don't know why I know that. I
Man.
just do.
I thought I was going to stump you and shock you. I'm angry.
What's a baby goose?
A gosling.
Yes.
A Ryan Gosling.
Okay. What's a baby chicken?
A baby chicken is a chick.
Yeah. What about a baby bird?
Just call that a baby bird, right?
Ooh, that's a hatchling. That's
Oh,
boring.
hatchling.
That's boring.
All right. Well,
Okay, well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
yeah, fun trivia, I guess.
No, yeah, ponies are just, like, small horses.
Ponies are just little horses, man.
Kind of like how there's, like, what are they called? There's, like, pincers, but then there's, like, miniature pincers, you know? Like,
Oh, the
for
dogs?
Yeah. Like, yeah. They're, like,
Is a pincher a thing? Like a full-bred pincher dog?
yeah.
Pinscher dog. All I'm seeing is miniature. Oh, Doberman pinscher.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
like they're two different things, but
Yeah,
one's just
little min pin.
one's just tiny, you know?
Min pins are so cute.
Because the way they almost lead it in, like, because if you think about ponies, you usually think of like My Little Pony, and I feel like most people would just think that's like a small girl horse, you know?
Yeah.
but there's boy ponies, you know.
I have I have a rap in my head right now about dogs, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Is it just Habakataka?
No, it's like Doberman Pinscher, Great Pyrenees, Fluffy Wuffy Bulldog. What is this?
Nope. Do not know that one.
Oh God, somebody write in and tell me what that's from. I think it's like an old Nickelodeon thing. I don't know. It's something that like just hatched out of the lizard part of my brain and is now
I think you
enveloping.
invented it.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Everyone write in about this because I have no idea.
Please write in. Well, speaking of trivia,
Okay.
I'm going to trivia.
Man, I love trivia. It's fun.
I have not been since, everything went to shit.
Yeah.
We were going to go back in like May for my mom's birthday, but then it was one of those things where like, we're finally free of the COVID. Let's all go to trivia. And then somebody very close to me got COVID. And I was like, okay, I guess we're not going. So, yeah, but now, hopefully, God willing and the creek don't rise, on Thursday I will be at trivia.
Nice. I would love to go again, but if me and Taylor went alone, there would be no purpose for us going. Because we literally sit there. Because I got movies, and I look to Taylor for sometimes when they ask, like, fashion questions, and she's pretty good with some history stuff sometimes. And I'm just like, why? Why you know this?
Yeah.
So, like, we each have the thing that we know, but that's usually 2 questions out of a whole round of trivia. So, we're basically useless.
I do good with, like, pop culture, like music, movies, TV. I'm usually solid at those. Richard has sports covered. He has history. Yeah. So, the two of us are
just
pretty
the movie
solid.
One.
But, like, my whole family together creates a complete team. We all have our own areas of expertise.
Yeah. Well, good. Let me know how that goes. I'm curious as to how it worked. If they're just like, nope, it's back to normal. We're cramming you in, shoulder to shoulder again.
I mean, that's what restaurants are like these days. So
they are, and I'm a little surprised sometimes.
I am too. Sometimes I go out and I'm just like, there's still COVID out there, and it's dicey. But I mean, I guess we're vaccinated, so
I wish you good luck. Good answers all around.
If they have any questions about ponies, I'm fucking there for it.
Yep, you know now.
How tall is a pony? 14.2 hands or less.
Can I crack into this?
Yeah. In a fugue state. I don't know when, but I brought a can in here to crack open, and then I realize now that I've been drinking out of it this entire time. So,
well, why don't you flick the tab for us?
Let's get one of these.
Oh yeah. That goes like right into each other. Ding, blick. Scotchy, scotch. Here it goes down into my belly.
Man, when you can feel like the fizz just travel, all the way down. Feels so good.
Have you ever been eating like hot soup, and it's just like a little too warm, and you just feel this like hot magma going down your esophagus?
It's like what a volcano must feel like, but in reverse.
Yeah, I hate it. So I need to crack into it because I have updates for you.
Update me.
I need to tell you all about these damn kitties.
Okay.
Okay, I was going to tell you last time. We ran a little long. I skipped over it. Okay?
Okay. Are they thriving? Are they good?
Oh, they're too much thriving. I hate it.
Okay. Why?
They're huge. They're huge now.
Good.
They're climbing out of their containment units.
Oh, no. They've breached.
Yeah, they are menaces now.
That's not good.
Well, except for the boy. The boy is, like, perfect. He is a fantastic gentleman.
Boy kittens are, like, really chill up until I find, like, roughly Wicket's age.
Yeah, like, I have a feeling one day he'll, like, realize what he can do and just be like, oh, I have energy, and then do something.
Yeah, basically. That's how it goes.
Well, I guess I'll start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of where all this started.
Spin us a tale. Spin me a yarn. A yarn ball for kittens.
So, we had them all, like, bundled together, because they're siblings, they're all, like, hanging out, cuddling up, being all cute, right?
Little kitten pile.
And so one day, I hear this, like, licking noise, I guess. So I like
Okay.
kind of look in there and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. Like the one's licking the other one. Like they're grooming each other at like a week old. How fucking adorable, right?
Okay.
I was like, that's sweet. So I took a video. Things were cool. And I tell Taylor about it and they don't really do it again. And then like the next day they're doing it. And I'm like, oh my God, come here, come here, come here. So I tell her to come here and we look and we're like, they're not licking each other. I was like, she is suckling.
Oh no.
But on the boys, dingling.
No. That's not what that's for.
So separate them, and she literally has pee just smeared all over her face.
Oh Jesus.
And then, he's got pee going down both of his legs, right?
Oh my God.
So we give them both a bath, we do all the stuff, and then we find out that sometimes they can suckle like their litter mates when they're like separated from mom, like these ones are,
Oh yeah.
and they can actually like cause harm in doing it.
Oh no.
If we were to have let her continue suckling on him, one, she's drinking just pee all the time,
Yeah, that's not good.
so bad, and she could like inflame his private parts to the point where he can't pee.
Jesus.
And since he's so tiny, you wouldn't be able to do a catheter, so
Oh
he
my
would be in like
God.
real big trouble,
Okay.
So separate him and leave her with the other girl. Like that should be fine, right?
Hopefully.
Like a day goes by, everything's fine, and the next thing you know, she's doing it to the other girl.
Okay.
And it's like not even just her private parts. Sometimes it was like trying to like grab her ear. And so we're reading about that, and if she were to like suckle on her ear, she could cause like hematomas and like make it
my
swell up and
God.
cause, places on her ear.
What the fuck?
So we left the boy and the good girl together, like put them back together, just separated out the bad girl, right?
So there's just like one that's sucking on everybody.
Yeah, it's just the
Okay.
one. But then the other girl started doing it to the
Oh.
boy, so now they all live in their own separate prisons.
Okay.
They live in
Yeah.
prison, and it's been decent from there.
Okay,
Kind
that's
of.
good. Do they still get like cuddle time together? Like supervised cuddle time?
I don't think anymore,
Okay.
because we were, and they kind of do okay, but like when you get them all together, they all just start sucking on each other.
Jesus.
So no more together time. I don't think. I
Okay.
think we're done with that.
Yeah. All right.
Like they just not good anymore. They suck. Maybe
Literally.
they can like each have like their own individual time together, or
Can you
like
give them like
outside.
something to suck on?
So actually, I don't have a picture of it. I was gonna tell you about that. Taylor decided that since this is becoming such a problem. Well, also, okay, so first, before I get into that, the little girl that won't stop sucking on everybody, right?
Okay. Yeah.
When you pick her up, she's going like full-blown Oedipus trying to gouge out her own eyeballs, okay?
What the fuck? Why?
I don't know. She freaks the fuck out when you pick her up. She just starts like thrashing on her face, right?
Okay.
Like a mental patient.
Jesus.
She just goes berserk. She goes berserk. And so I usually have to like hold her little arms down to kind of do stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then like when you let them go, she's chill, but then she just goes like "Ah," and starts again.
Okay.
So we're kind of trying to learn about that, and Taylor's like, well, maybe she's just really that anxious because she's not, without mom, without being able to suckle when she wants, because she's trying it so hard with everybody.
Yeah.
So Taylor actually made a thing. I'll put a picture in Discord for us later. But Taylor was like, what if I just make them something? What if I make a thing that I can put in there and they can just suckle on this thing all the time whenever they want?
Yeah. Like a little fake mom, right?
Kinda. So we bought kind of like tube socks. Taylor like cut a little hole out, put one of the extra nipple things we have in there, sewed it in there, and we filled it with rice so that it's kind of mushy so they can knead on it and stuff. Plus we can microwave it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
give them like a little bit of warmth, right?
That's smart.
So it's in there now. We'll see what she does with it. Because, like, we just made one 20 minutes before we started to record tonight. So it is a very fresh idea. And we'll see how it goes. But if that works and she chills out, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would.
She is a wild child.
Well, hopefully, I mean, she settles down. Is that the spicy one that won't stop meowing all the time?
No, it's the
Really?
other one. Spicy one's pretty chill. For being spicy, she's not hard anymore.
Okay.
She's really chill. Except for, like, when it's time to eat. And she's got a problem about coughing the milk up through her nose.
Oh, no.
She does it all the time.
Poor baby.
So she'll be, like, drinking the bottle, and then she just goes, and it comes out her nose, and you see her just, like,
Jesus.
stop. She closes her eyes and just goes, ah!
Oh,
Ah!
poor baby.
It's really funny sounding, though. And so then I keep a rag there, I wipe her nose, and then she'll sneeze a bunch, and then she's like, okay, I'm ready for more now. And then you feed her the rest of it.
Okay. How much longer you got on these kittens?
Till the end of time. I'm probably going to have them until they're 20 years old. Who knows?
Oh my god.
I don't know. We'll see. But they should be potentially starting wet food maybe within this week. So
Good.
And we bought litter and a little litter box. So we may be starting to try that at some point soon too.
Awesome.
So who knows? We're putting them at about 3 weeks old. So we think they were like almost a full week when we got them.
Yeah.
So we've had them for 2. It's work. It's work.
Yeah, I don't envy you. That's literally a full-time job. You're lucky that you can work from home and deal with all that all day.
Yeah. People should not want to do this for fun.
No.
It's not that much fun.
Well, hopefully you can get them, raised up to a adopting age and then get them adopted out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at first I was pretty touch and go on how they would fare, because they were just so little and like we just didn't know what their condition was. Dude, these things are weeds. These things are dude, they're hefty. Their heads are big. Like they're just
chunky little babies.
They're chunky. It's kind of amazing to see,
I can imagine. I mean, regular sized kittens grow super fast. I can't picture like tiny fresh baby kittens.
It was like they stayed small, and then one day I picked them up and was just like, did you double? Like, they are all like, I mean, they are weighty now. It's crazy. I'll have to get some updated pictures for you guys.
It's like one of those hard little sponges that you put in water, and you come back the next morning, it's like, ooh, and it's huge.
Exactly.
Now you have like a full-size kitten.
Yeah.
Congratulations on fatherhood. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I have a new obsession.
Okay.
So, you know how my general thing in life is that I jump from hobby to hobby and I just look for the next high all the time?
Yep, that next hit.
I'm constantly on the hunt for my next jolt of serotonin.
Okay.
And I've been researching for a very long time and like looking at pictures of stuff and just like, do you ever just like admire a hobby and stalk it for for a couple of months and then to realize I could do this?
No.
Oh god.
Literally never.
That's me with everything I run across. I swear to God. Like
I have my one hobby and that's games and that's it.
And that's why I have all the things that I have, like all my woodworking supplies and all my art supplies. I'm like, what if I just tried this one thing and I try it and I'm like, that's fun, and I get obsessed with it for a while. So lately I have been stalking dice making.
Damn, I was kind of close.
What did you think?
I was gonna go like pottery of some kind.
Oh man,
and
I love pottery.
Like, I mean, you are like crafting these little things, so it's like ballpark adjacent, I guess.
I mean, I guess, sure.
So what, you
I've
got
always wanted to
molds
try
and all that
pottery.
stuff?
Okay, so the way dice making works is like you have to get a set of master dice.
Okay.
Because if you're planning on selling dice in the future, which I don't know if I'll ever sell them, but like it's a good idea to have your own copies of dice so that you're not running into any legal troubles when you're trying to sell them.
Okay.
So I haven't bought Masters, but I do have like an extra set of dice for Mansions of Madness, which is the game that you and I play.
So I was gonna say, are you making like D&D dice? Are you just making like rhombus dice? Like what's
Rhombus dice.
Yeah, give me the whole scoop here.
So I really want to get into like the D&D dice making. I think that would be really fun, but I don't have like it's a lot to create your own masters because like you can buy the files to have them 3D printed, or you can actually buy the 3D printed dice themselves.
Okay.
We do have a good friend with a 3D printer who I might commission in the near future to make some dice for me, but we'll see how that pans out. But so for right now, since I'm not planning on selling any dice, I just kind of want to like get my hands dirty in it, I'm going to be using the little Mansions of Madness dice for practice.
Okay.
And it's a complicated process. So you have to get the dice into like a little box, essentially, and then you pour silicone over top of them.
Okay.
And then you like there's it's like a long ass process to get the silicone mold created for these guys, but that's step one. And to even pour silicone, like it's not necessary to have a pressure pot, but every single website that you read, it's like you don't need a pressure pot, but if you want
sure
good
could use
dice,
one.
you could get a good pressure pot. And I've been like, well, maybe pressure pot could be fun. Maybe I'll use it for other things in the future. And I found one on sale, so naturally I bought it. And so pressure pots are designed for like paint guns. So like if you're spraying paint onto a fence or a wall or something.
Okay.
What they do is you just put all the paint in the pot, and then it draws the air out of it and pressurizes it so you can force it through a hose or whatnot.
Yeah.
But if you like take off a bunch of the fittings that come pre-assembled on there and then put on your own like jerry-rigged fittings that you buy from other home improvement stores, you can create a resin casting machine out of it. So that's where I'm at in my dice journey. I have purchased all the stuff, and it's been a couple days of troubleshooting because like disassembling a pre-assembled metal thing, you need a lot of torque behind you. So I've been having the time of my life with it. Luckily, I have a big, strong husband man who's been very helpful in all this. So we've taken apart the pressure pot, and we got it all like assembled last night. And you're supposed to test it out by filling it up with air with the air compressor, and then just kind of like leaving it overnight to make sure it'll hold pressure.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. So we left it, and then came back the next morning, and it was no longer pressurized. And I was like, God damn it! I thought we were good.
Yeah.
And so filled it up again, got a spray bottle full of soapy water, and like spritzed the soapy water all over the fittings that we attached on there.
Yep.
And to see like where the bubbles come out,
Yeah.
And there's like this one section that just had a bunch of bubbles coming off of it. I was like, okay, we'll just tighten that down real good. So we cranked down on that thing, just like fully get it real tight, and it completely breaks off inside the wrench. So
nice.
Yeah.
Of course.
Tightened a little too hard, a little over enthusiastic. So
Let's say, and then it just exploded.
I'm so afraid of this pressure pot, man. It's literally a bomb essentially, because it's just,
I mean, kind of.
It's like 60 psi that you can just at any moment the metal fittings could come flying off at you and kill you. But so I'm trying to get over my fear.
Do you have to like weld stuff to it to like keep things in place?
No, I mean I just used like Teflon glue basically.
Okay.
Just like got them really in there. We finally last night were able to get all the fittings totally solid and on there, and did the spray bottle test, and nothing came out. We pressurized it, and then I came back this morning, checked it out, and it fully held air all night long. So I think we are ready to go. So my next phase is to get the dice poured into the silicone, and then put the silicone in the pressure pot to cure, and then it will have the mold for the dice, and my resin for the dice is in the mail. So it'll be here hopefully this weekend, and if we're lucky and fortunate, I'll have some pictures to post to Instagram of my first set of dice within the next week or so.
Okay.
keep your eyes out on the Instagram. I'll be posting if it's a failure, if it's a success. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to get to where you're making like number-sided dice where you have to like etch in the numbers, and then you can put like the different paints in there and make them all like super customizable.
Yeah.
I'm ready for you to get to that because I want crazy dice.
I'm super obsessed with dice Instagram right now. Like, I went down a rabbit hole. There's some cool dice out there, man. So I'm knee deep. I'm neck deep in this right now.
I like how you went from manicure stuff to dice making.
Oh, we're still in the manicure stuff too, man.
But still, like, manicures. Oh, well, dice.
Dice.
What's
My
this?
Instagram is just a battlefield of random hobbies.
Oh, that's funny.
It's wonderful.
Nobody panic. But
Okay.
we're changing it up, okay? We overload you guys with so much stuff at the end. You don't think that it sounds like a lot, but it's really a lot. And I know a lot of people don't just change their format after, 124 episodes of the exact same thing all the time.
We want everyone to have a chance to experience the chaos of our weekly mini episodes, those little delicious nuggets of YMBToAP that we call the preamble. As you're aware, you can get the full weekly preamble by pledging to any of our Patreon tiers, but we thought, hey, why not give a sampling to all of our listeners so that they have like some idea of what we get up to before we actually hit record on the episode. So each week, we're going to be bringing you a little glimpse of the preamble, a little small nugget. And if what you hear piques your interest, we invite you to head on over to patreon.com/YMBToAP and sign up to be a patron.
Yes, if you go over to the Patreon, we have 2 different tiers. We can do the lowest level tier. It's just $2 a month. You get the Discord where we talk to each other all the time, day in, day out, all night long. And you also get those lovely pre-rambles that we were just talking about. And if you do like those, you like the community, you just want to have like a little bit more, we do have a $5 one where we do some additional videos that are exclusive to our Zeitgeist tier. We do some in-depth reviews of movies, TV shows, of games, all kinds of stuff. And we're actually expanding out into some other forays, trying out some stuff. We actually watched a movie with our Zeitgeist people based on a review that we did a month ago. So we're going to be doing some other cool stuff with that tier if you are interested.
Yes. And if all of that sounds like something you want to be a part of, please don't hesitate to check out our Patreon. The show is entirely fan-funded, and we really, really, really appreciate everybody who helps us make it happen. Without you, this wouldn't be possible, and we love you very much. So,
speaking of all that funding, fan funding, if you just really like it, you'll want to rep us, we do have a merch store.
We do.
Of very nice I gotta say, they are pretty nice products. I love my shirt so much. It's so comfy.
It's solid. It's nice.
It's YMBToAP. So go check out the store as well if you are so inclined and you just want a nice shirt, a nice hoodie, a nice tank top, tote bag, a mug for your coffee, all kinds of stuff. So be sure to check it out.
Yes. And if you hear all of this and you think, no thanks, then consider this little snippet of the preamble our free gift to you. Christ. I neglected to take my allergy pills last night because I went to bed like later than I should have.
Okay.
And by the time I got to bed, I was like, I'm just going to fall asleep. I'm not going to take any of my pills. So I just forewent the pills. And today my face is like, why? Why'd you do that?
Number 1, YMBToAP piece of advice. Do not forego the pills.
Yeah. Truly. I swear.
Don't do that.
And fucking the CoStar app, it was telling me today, it's like, why do you self-sabotage all the time?
Oh
I'm like,
my
shut
God.
up, CoStar. Fucking read me.
Hang on. I'm going to check mine real quick.
Yeah, mine's like, quit being mean to yourself. You're so mean to yourself all the time. Why do you do this? Why do you know my soul?
Today, I feel torn between the pressure to get what I need and my desire for a grand romantic gesture.
Okay.
Just make sure you're not doing that thing where you reduce yourself to an object of desire.
All right. Don't be too sexy.
So, dues. Deep questions, postcards, new favorite spot. Don't booby traps.
Okay.
Don't
Is
booby
that part of
traps.
your sexy plan, the booby traps?
I guess.
Man.
And then I need to throw a virtual rave for
Okay.
Mercury that's in the air.
Well, that's essentially what we're doing on Friday.
Okay, this thing is full of some wild shit today.
I know. My do's and don'ts. My do's are soup, lounging, and loose leaf tea. My don'ts, autopilot, isolation, pity party.
Okay.
So, I guess don't pity my allergy face. I'll just fucking suck it up.
Yeah, you know. You're just sitting there self-sabotaging, trying to wallow in your own self-pity, and I'm just like, booby traps. Oh, so you know what? I just said it out loud, and I realized it's like booby traps, like to spring a trap. I took it as like booby traps.
For real?
Yeah,
Robert.
it just said don't reduce yourself to an object of desire. So I was already in that headspace, I guess.
God.
And we're back. Hopefully you
Welcome
guys didn't
back.
think that was too spooky, too weird.
If you hated it super a whole lot, send us an email and tell us why.
And then we'll probably say, yeah, too bad.
Yep. So I've been playing a game lately.
Okay. Is it a dice game?
No, it's a
Okay.
video game.
Oh, okay.
So I finished a game in its entirety. I'm gonna spoil it for you. It's called Backbone.
Okay. Well, I've not
It's
heard of
a-
it, so that's
Yeah,
okay.
it's a cool little indie game. It's a raccoon detective is what you're playing.
You
the art
told
style.
me about that, but you
Yeah.
didn't mention the name, so okay.
Yeah, so you play as a raccoon and you're in this like city, this really cool like noir type city where everybody's very very cool and fashionable and
Okay.
everybody has banter and the dialogue is so snappy and fun. And the city, like every animal is pretty much a different race. So there's like dogs, cats, bears, squirrels,
Oh my.
raccoons. Yeah.
Okay.
There's just a bunch of different little animals, and the art stuff in this game is so flippin' cool. It's like, it's 8-bit but new,
Ooh, okay.
so it's like, it's really.
So it's
what do
new
you
retro.
call it? Yeah, is that the word for it? Is there a name for that genre?
People, well, I mean, there's a ton of games that do that today. That they're all
Yeah.
built in the like pixel art style.
Yeah,
Because really, the one that
show
kind of
you.
led the charge was Shovel Knight.
yeah, kind of in that vein. I'm gonna send you like just some images from this game because it has like one art style that it does in the actual game, and then it has cutscenes that are in a different style. So this is the actual pixelation effect that you get.
You know what?
From-
I think people just call it pixel art games now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it's like cool modern pixely.
I like that.
It's not like Mario where he's 4 pixels high. Like this is a
Yeah.
fully rendered enormous raccoon man in many many pixels.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then in the cutscenes, you get a different art style, which looks like this. It's really like kind of impressionist, brushstrokey. It's really
Okay.
like an illustration in a
Yeah.
fancy book.
So it's so it's like gameplay, and then the cutscenes, like games used to be, where like the games looked like shit, but then the cutscenes were like, "Whoa, look at that!" You know.
Yeah,
But instead of rendering it, it's just a drawing. I love that.
yeah,
It looks
I love
good.
it. It's a really pretty game. I had really high hopes going into this game. So you start as this raccoon, and you're just contracted by like a fox lady, I think, or maybe she was an otter. That's what it was. She thinks her husband's cheating on her. So you have to like
Okay.
go get a picture of him and like figure out what he's doing. So you have to like break into this nightclub and be real sneaky and do the right dialogue options so you don't get kicked out. And this is where I'm going to get into spoilers. So you break into this club and you find her husband is in there dead, and he's being like chopped up and sold for meat to like higher
Okay.
members in society. And as you go in this game, like the detective, he's he's just a PI. He's not like a murder detective.
Yeah.
So he's really reluctant to get into this, and you don't know, like, should I tell the lady that her husband is dead, or should I just kind of like try to figure out what I can?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like internal conflict in this raccoon man, and then you eventually just kind of go down. It's one of those mysteries that kind of goes all the way to the top. So there's like a secret society, and like science is doing this crazy thing with weird experiments on animals, and they're making animal hybrids. It's really kind of Zootopia-ish with like the strata of society and animals and stuff. And then like once you really get into the story and you hit the climax of the game, something happens. You break into the science facility where they're keeping this like gross organism that's kind of taking animals and converting them to other kinds of animals, and it infects you, and you the game just kind of peters out from there. Like, you really hope that the game is going to go into like what happens when,
like, it's not even like a race to the finish, like, hey, you're going to be infected if you don't complete the game by this point, so you better try to solve it now.
Right. Yeah, you'd think that there was something
cool.
You would think that they would do something along the lines of like, hey, this disease is in you and it matters, and it's going to fucking kill you if you don't do something.
Yeah.
But like, you basically just go on a series of fetch quests from there, and he kind of gives up. Like, he goes into a hobo town and is just like, I guess I live here now amongst the shitty people of society, all the drug addicts and the people who can't make it in the career world. So you go on some fetch quests for them, and then you get captured by the science people. They do tests on you that you can do nothing about. And then eventually the goo like becomes you, and you escape beyond the walls of the city, and you're like, okay, now maybe I can find somebody who actually helps me. And then you don't. And you don't see what's happening with the city outside either. And then you just fall to the ground and die. And that's the end of the game.
Okay.
It was the story setup was so damn good. Like, it builds you to this crazy cool climax, and you're like, oh my god, things are happening. I've just killed my best friend. All this shit's going wild. And then the game just ends.
And then it goes,
just
well,
ends.
You are just a tiny person, and you didn't get to affect what's happening at all.
It really wanted to make some points. Like, I see what they were doing, like with the different animal classes as racism and like just stratas of society, and it just has a lot of half-hearted ideas that it never really gives life to. Like, nothing ever materializes into a coalesced story. It's just like, oh, this is a really cool game that is over now. Thank you for playing.
Okay. I mean, they happen.
They happen. I had high hopes for this game. Like, going into it, I was like, oh, this art is amazing and this story is great. There's all these cool different facets, and they're all coming together. It all
and then they
creates one good story.
We have to release this game tomorrow.
Yes, it was like, that's exactly how it felt. They were just like, okay, we have all this great story, and how do we end it? How about we just end it?
How about we don't? Because that's life.
So I would recommend this game just because it's beautiful, it's indie, it's mystery, it's got all the elements that I love, but literally the story was such a letdown. I turned to Richard at the end of it and I was like, that's it. That's it. So yeah, play Backbone, don't play Backbone. I can't tell you what to do. That's just my experience with it.
I might have to watch it or something.
Yeah,
know?
It was only like 5 hours of gameplay, so it wasn't a whole lot. And honestly, you can skip the last 2 hours of it.
Okay.
Because you don't do shit.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah. But speaking of games, so I dropped this article in our Discord earlier. Have you had the chance to look at the game called Madison?
No.
So I'm going to just read to you this one sentence. It's from Nosebleed Games. They revealed a trailer for Madison, a new horror game featuring cryptic puzzles, creepy corridors, and demonic entities. Does it remind you of anything?
Every horror game that comes out lately. Very Silent Hill-ish.
It's very PT.
Yeah.
It's another game that's just like, ooh, we got that itch to make a game that happens in a corridor. And I mean, I've watched the trailer. It looks it looks pretty good. It looks creepy. There's locations other than the corridor, so you're not just like walking through the same hallway over and over again, but it definitely has that vibe.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish that games would just move away from the hallway,
try
guys.
something new.
Just try something new, anything new. We all loved that hallway. We loved it, you guys. It was great. It was fantastic. We're done with it, though. We're leaving the hallway now.
Yeah, I just need something different.
Yeah.
Like, that is like the one thing that there is now. I mean, even Silent Hill in and of itself was about a town. It wasn't about a hallway, you know?
Yeah.
It was much bigger, and I know that it's scarier to be more like claustrophobic in a way.
Right.
But that's more Resident Evil style. Resident Evil was always like you're in a house, you're in a train, like you are in a building, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else has always been you are outside, like there's shit in the world that's scary, you know?
Yeah. Like, I get the draw of the hallway and like the creepiness of like you have to repeat the same thing over and over again, but it really feels like we in our lives are stuck in this hallway together and we're just repeating the same thing over and over again. And I would love a fresh new horror title. Just something that feels a little bit less like PT.
Well, you know, we actually might be getting one.
What's that?
I mean, we've talked about it before, but Metroid Dread.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
so
it's basically kind of a sci-fi horror game in a way.
Have you heard anything more about Dread?
Not at all. Except that people still can't buy anything because scalpers suck.
God damn it.
But I have been replaying them, though.
Okay, how's that experience for you?
So, I'm only on the second one so far. Like, that first game is very... I mean, Metroid has, like, a feel, you know?
Yeah.
It's very isolated, you're just doing your stuff, but, like, they're not really that spooky. And I'm playing the second one, well, the remake of Part 2 that was made by the people who are making Metroid Dread, right?
Yeah.
And the whole atmosphere and feel that they bring to that franchise is very tense and, like... I don't want to say, like, thriller-ish, because you're not like, whoa, like, what's going to happen, you know? But there's just this sense of dread, kind of, that just hangs around you, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't realize that Metroid was actually a pretty good horror game. Like, it's tense.
I didn't know that about
You know.
Metroid. I thought it was, like, similar to Mario, but in space.
Not at all. It's a very dark story.
Okay.
So the new one is a mix of that atmosphere that's from Part 2, but I remember playing the fourth one. There's like a clone of you that like chases you around with like soulless eyes and stuff, you know?
Don't like that.
And I feel like everybody runs to the horror game Outlast, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it was like the first game where like you have to just simply run from your enemies. You can't do anything about it, right?
So is Outlast the one where you are kind of like... You're a husband and wife team that crashes their helicopter in the woods?
No, not at all.
There's... What the hell is the name of that one?
I don't know,
It's
but
like...
it sounds cool.
Well, so you're the husband and you wake up and your wife is missing and she was a journalist and she's like researching this creepy town that you've conveniently crash landed in. And it's basically like... You know that genre of horror that's like... It's Baptist, but they worship deer.
Yeah.
It's basically that, just like rednecks with a deer god, and they chase you down.
So I just looked up husband-wife horror game, and I'm not finding anything. I'm very curious
think it's Outlast.
No, because Outlast is you alone with a video camera going into a mental institute trying to figure out what happened in there.
Maybe it's Outlast 2.
It could be Outlast 2, because I never played that one.
Okay, I think that's it, because that's what it's looking like here. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, yeah, I did never play that one.
Okay. I tried playing it, and it was boring.
I mean, I don't think... Well, there's just nothing you can do. Like, there's only a run button. You can't do anything else. And that's part of its, like, scares, right? It's because, like, there's, like, a guy chasing me to kill me, and I can do nothing, right? Everybody goes to that one to, like, make it feel that way, right?
Yeah.
that Metroid 4 game with your like soulless clone, that's what you do in that game. You are this powerful bounty hunter, but when it's around, it's so much more powerful than you. All you can do is run and hide.
Creepy.
And there's segments of the game where you have to like find a hole to hide in and like wait for it to quit searching for you and leave, you know?
Yeah, okay.
And I didn't realize how horror game sounding that was.
That's pretty horror-y, yeah.
You know? So, really excited for that. Haven't played that fourth one in a long time, but I'm playing the second one now. They're just great games. Everyone should play them. They're fantastic.
Okay. So are you playing them on your Raspberry Pi, or?
So, the second game is on the 3DS, so I'm actually playing it there. Because I don't know how a DS game would work on the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I'm not even attempting that.
Okay.
I have it on something that's easy to play it on, so I am.
Good. All right.
But, so yeah, I'm making my way through that. 3 more months until the new one. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I hope they release like some more trailers or something before they drop it and not just be like, here it is.
Did you know it's basically set to be the game that saves the franchise?
I mean, what do you mean by that? Because it's not a dead franchise, right? Everybody loves Metroid.
No. Nobody loves it.
Really?
The people that love it just love it a lot.
Okay.
It is one of Nintendo's worst selling franchises that they've ever released.
Dang.
That's why they don't make them. Because nobody wants them. Like they never sell. The highest selling one ever was Metroid Prime on the GameCube, and that was 2002. You know? And there's been 5 games since then. Like, people do not buy these games. They never sell.
Okay.
So it's considered like one of the worst franchises that they have.
Huh.
And so they don't usually put a lot of effort into them because, well, like they don't even sell 1 million copies, if that puts it in any kind of respect to you.
Yeah, that's not as many as I thought.
Yeah, they've never even cracked 1 million except for that one game.
Damn.
They don't sell. People don't buy them. The pre-orders for Metroid Dread, because, you know, the Switch is, you know, in like 50 million hands, right?
Yeah.
They've blown every other game out of the water like tenfold with the pre-orders for this one alone.
Wow, okay.
So Nintendo's really seeing like, oh, maybe people do want this. Because people are like noticing Metroid Dread for some reason. Probably just because there's a bunch of Switches in hands, you know?
That and the fact that we don't have a whole lot of games coming out this year anyway, so.
Yeah, and actually, since that trailer dropped, Metroid has become the top-selling game on the Wii U.
Wow.
Because people are going to the Wii U to play the old games because there's no way to play them.
Okay.
So, actually, it's now topping the charts on the Wii U right now.
That's ridiculous.
Like, it's becoming a whole thing of people trying to replay these old Metroid games. And a lot of people are like, just put Game Boy games on the Switch online thing then. Just give us Game Boy games, and then we can all give you money and play them easily.
Right.
But they haven't done it. So it's like set to be the game that saves the franchise and potentially makes Nintendo go, all right, this is worth making.
Okay. Well, fingers crossed.
I'm ready.
So also in the world of video game news, did you hear about the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl fighting game?
Can I click it?
Sure.
I have not. Not
Okay,
at all.
so Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is a new fighting game that pits Nickelodeon's most famous characters against each other in pitched combat. It's essentially like Smash Bros, but Nickelodeon.
I mean, that's cool.
It's weird. So they filled the roster with like some strange characters. They've got Nigel Thornberry. They've got Oblina from All Real Monsters.
Oh, cool.
Reptar, Danny Phantom. They have Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, Powdered Toast. Okay, this sounds amazing to me.
I like the idea of it. I'm confused at the execution. I guess they're probably going for more towards our generation because we're the ones who are obsessed with Smash in the first place. So
I mean,
that's why they're including these characters that are so old and irrelevant to current Nickelodeon fans. Like, I don't know if anybody under 30 who knows who Powdered Toast Man is.
I love him. That's fantastic.
I love him too.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, you remember the PlayStation version of Smash Bros, right?
No, I only ever played Smash Bros. Melee, and that was just because Des had it.
Oh, okay. I mean, everybody has tried to, like, capitalize on that idea.
Yeah.
But no one's done it well.
Pretty much.
I mean, this could be fun. I doubt it's going to be as good.
Yeah.
But if this were like a $40 game, I'd probably buy it day one just to try it out.
For $40 you'd purchase this game?
Probably so.
Okay.
Definitely not for like $70 like they cost now.
I'd play it for free on Xbox Game Pass, but that's as far as I'd go.
But I mean, it's got Ninja Turtles in there. SpongeBob,
it's got a little
Sandy,
bit of everything.
Patrick. I don't know what the Loud House is, so...
I also don't know what that is. I think it's a newer...
But Helga from Hey Arnold, she would kick everyone's ass.
That unibrow, she's gonna whip it off her face and
then
stab you with it.
You just wanted to play Zim. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Actually, to make this game worth it, for me to want it, you ready?
Okay.
It's got to have the actual voice actors.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, are you gonna have actual Nigel Thornberry come do this shit? Because he was voiced by Tim Curry, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, I guess maybe they'll just use like old dialogue from
maybe for him, but like, do not give me somebody pretending to be these people.
No, I need these people.
I think all these people could be done. And actually, another game update. I'm playing the Ratchet and Clank game right now for the PlayStation 5.
All right.
Zim is in it.
What?
The guy that plays Zim is one of the robots in the game, and we were both like, is that Invader Zim? It's totally him.
Okay, cool.
So, I mean, he's still around doing stuff. He can totally come back and do this.
Yeah.
You know? I think that would be the point for me. Give me the real people.
Yeah.
Don't give me knockoffs of these characters or else no go.
No.
Because if it's all just rehashes of old voice lines from the show, you would know, you know?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, that's not going to work. But I guess I'll have to watch Danny Phantom before this comes out, so I'll know who that is.
I just want Nigel Thornberry to be, like, smashing with every single move he does. That's all I want.
That's all he's going to say.
That's all we need from him, right?
He's just going to, like, smash people and then go, and then just laugh all weird, you know?
Man.
Well, you know what? I'm going to close this out with one more thing. Because we talked about that Switch last time, the new OLED Switch.
Yeah.
And I happened to find an article the next day, and I was like, man, I wish this had come out the day before, because they're right. This was a really weird trailer for it.
Okay.
Posted an article in here for you. We'll post it for all you guys to click as well. But you said you didn't really watch the trailer for it, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I remember thinking this. There's a guy in the trailer. So you know how, like, the Switch trailers are always like, look at, like, all these places you can play it. Like, here you are on a plane. Here you are skydiving off of a mountain, you know?
In bed, yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy who comes home from work. Like he comes in his front door. He opens the door. And you know how some people have, like, a little bench in their entryway so they can sit down, like, take their shoes off real quick or something, you know?
Sure.
He just sits down and starts playing his game for hours.
Okay.
And the internet lost their mind about it.
Yeah, because like, nobody does that.
Yeah, why would you do this? They're like, this guy looks like he can't play it anywhere else because he'll get in trouble, so he's, like, hiding away from his family.
I have to hide from my mean wife.
Like, yeah, they won't let me play it. The kids are using the TV, so I'll just sit in the entryway of my house.
Yeah,
you know?
Fucking weird. I'm watching it now again just to, like
it's...
Why?
Like, it's almost one of those weird, like, Peloton kind of things. Like, you don't understand how people will really operate with your product in the real world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Like, nobody watched this and went, dude, that's me. That's how I do this. You know?
That's me. I work all day so I can come home and sit in my hallway immediately.
Yeah. I love what this one person said. They were like, come on. Realistically, this guy's sitting on the toilet playing for hours.
Oh, yeah, you know that. Till your legs go numb.
Oh, dude, I've done that several times with my Switch. Guys love playing game. Dude, my Game Boy has seen so much toilet time. Because you'll just be playing Pokemon and you're like, oh, wait, I caught like 40 of them. I gotta get up. You know?
Okay.
You just get wrapped up in the moment.
I suppose.
And you know what? Maybe that's what this guy did. He just was like, oh, I can't wait to play. And then he just got immobilized by how great his game was.
I guess, yeah.
And how great it looked on his OLED Switch.
It looks so nice in this hallway. Perfect lighting. Gotta play it right here.
But I actually do remember when that trailer was happening, I was like, why? If you look, it's a wooden bench. It's not even padded.
It's not comfy.
That's not comfy. Why are you doing this? This is a bad marketing ploy that they put in there. It's just, it doesn't sell.
Not great, Nintendo.
No. I thought that was funny, too, when I read this. It is funny. This guy in this one tweet said, you know what? I do that sometimes. That 9 to 5 really do be taking a lot out of you. And then here's people going, I actually do this. These people are lying.
They're hired from Nintendo.
Yeah, no way.
These are plants.
This guy said, this is adult father gaming. For like
5 minutes before your kid comes in.
I don't want my kids to see me playing because then they'll be like, what you playing? It's like this time me and Taylor went to the laundromat before we had our own washer dryer, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we're going to be here for a while. So I took my Switch and all these little kids just like swarmed me like, what you doing?
God,
like,
yeah.
Playing my Switch. And they're like, can I play? And I'm like, no.
You're a stranger and you have weird hands.
Go away, tiny child.
Smell like garlic for some reason.
Yeah, I was like, why would I let you have my Switch? Go away.
I do not know you.
Be
you
gone.
are not related to me by birth.
All
you
right.
ready to hide from our shadow clones?
I am.
Folks, thank you for sticking around to the end, and I want you to please tell your friends about us and help us grow our audience. Don't forget to subscribe to us on your favorite platform so you never ever miss a dang episode, because we release weekly every single Monday. Haven't missed one yet. Never ever will. Probably. If you got a second to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, that is the gold star of podcast measurements. That really helps us out so much.
And don't forget, you can find us and friend us on every social media. We are YMBToAP on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We also want to give just another big shout out to our patrons. We love you guys. You help push us forward in everything we do. But again, I'm going to throw it out there. I want an email. Don't forget the poor YMBToAP@gmail.com email. It is lonely. It is dusty. It is full of cobwebs. It's ready for fresh ideas to come pouring in. Did you know what a baby horse was called? Do you have kittens? Do you have advice for me on how to raise little kittens and like how to get them to use the litter box? Write in and let me know. I need to know.
Do you want one of these kittens?
That's coming. For real. You want one? You want all three? Here you go.
Our theme song is The Grim Reaper Blows the Horn by Faraj. Please check him out on YouTube. He's got the good tunes. And as always, thank you so much for listening, and tune in next time to get the answer to that burning question. Where are you going to play your OLED Switch? Nowhere, because you won't get one.
But we had one more important sound we wanted you to hear.
Yes, I'm offended at you.
Why?
I'm offended. I sent you that lovely Shrek the Musical thing of Lord Farquaad in the bathtub, and you're all
His
grossed out by his
horrible
feet.
legs.
That's how my feet look, Kelsey.
No, it's not. Nobody's feet look like that.
No, they do not. And rightly
Terrible.
so.